Welcome! E aí galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on guys? It is OGC here. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to look at some members from Bloodmoon and their PvP from yesterday's Clash of Fates. So if you guys missed yesterday's video, go watch it. It's actually hilarious. Great commentary by some dude named OGC. For today, we're going to be looking at some of the players from Bloodmoon. We ended up winning Clash of Fate, which is wicked cool. But we have a bunch of replays to get to, so make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and let's jump in. So first, we're going to have a few replays from Bob, or Super Bob. He has a pretty awesome Emerald Dragon, and he has max out protection and affliction, which is huge. He's going up against a Rockin' player who also has really good Emerald Dragon as well. Not quite as much max out. But anyways, when we look at the stats and everything, Bob has the Thunder Shard combo set up on his Nora, and that is just massive for him. You can see the 63 million damage. He won in Stamina and Command. So let's jump right in and watch this. We'll have to keep an eye on his Nora, which is right next to his Avalon in this bottom section. They both go at it. They are both doing an immense amount of damage. It's all about this bottom section right now. It looks like Bob's just able to literally burst through everything. The archers for the Rockin' player are definitely stunned up with the black hole. They shoot in with their Rufio. Aerial Blast again CCs more of the Rockin' archers, which is huge. Super Bob has a giant hole poked in front of the enemy archers or enemy Rockin' line. He's now blasting through with his own archers, and he's able to wipe out pretty much this whole bottom line. Enemy player is able to punch a hole through the very top portion, but Super Bob has the bottom half of the battlefield completely wiped. At this point in time, both dragons are starting to come over to each other. Super Bob still has 2 packs of human archers together. That's more than enough for Super Bob to just come on up, swing around, and he is able to clean up everything. The enemy dragon is about to go down. I believe the protection proc is about to come out at some point in time, which is going to slow everything down a little bit. Super Bob does resurrection. There is a emerald dragon that is about to drop. We got a Rufio spinning in, and it looks like, wow, the enemy's emerald dragon held on for a while there. I wonder if they have the dragon mage set shard. And with that, now everything has been officially dropped for the Rockin' player. Super Bob is able to get his first win for this video. Good job, Super Bob. Good job to 3-star player. For the next fight, Super Bob is going up against another Rockin' who's using 3 packs of swords for the front line for their Onyx Dragon. They have a somewhat decent Onyx Dragon max out destruction, some points in inflation. When we look at the stats and the damage dealt, Super Bob's Nora went ham. He definitely won in Stamina and Command. So let's go check this fight out. Again, the bottom section for Super Bob is going to be everything. Enemies actually missing a full pack of Samurais on that bottom area, which is just going to set them back tremendously. Super Bob's got the moral boost on this bottom side. That pack of Samurais towards the bottom is almost all the way down. Black holes are coming out, but the black holes aren't enough to stop Super Bob. Super Bob just crushed this. This looked like a speed run. 18 seconds, Super Bob won. And for the last fight with Super Bob, he is going up against another human player. The human player has a Onyx Dragon. This looks like a pretty standard Onyx Dragon. Really weird. So guys, do not do this at home. If you have enough for like these dragon points, max out the skill trees. Getting that last dragonic talent is literally everything. So this guy right here, he could actually max out 2. I don't know why. Do not do this. And if this person is watching, redo your Dragonic, please. When we look at the stats, Super Bob actually won in everything except for Command. This guy is unstoppable. His Nora and Dragon, of course, doing immense damage. I imagine on this bottom side, we're actually going to see Super Bob just blast right on through. Enemies actually putting down the Raxius Lanterns, trying to slow down Super Bob in this bottom section. I don't think that's going to be enough because the enemy player is already getting fully wiped. So it's definitely not enough. Anyway, Super Bob blasts on through. Will he beat his previous time? He comes close. So this is probably a 23-second fight. So great job to 7 symbol person. Super Bob, amazing as always. Next, we have LOL Sun. LOL Sun is going up against a 4.7 million core power player. So this guy's way stronger. He does not have his dragon out there, but the guy has like 1500k core on LOL Sun. So LOL Sun has a really good hero killing Topaz Dragon. Maxed out destruction is cool stuff. When we look at the stats for everything, it looks like LOL Sun's Battle Strikes and Dragon went ham. Enemy's Denji did a decent amount of damage as well. So this is how important the dragon is. I don't know if you guys watched the video from yesterday. The last fight I had in it, I ended up losing to somebody that was significantly lower core power than me, but they had a dragon and I did not. So this is like that same type of idea where LOL Sun is going up against somebody that is way stronger when it comes to core power, but they're missing their dragon. And LOL Sun being an amazing player along with having his dragon is enough to actually push through, get him the win, and further boost Bloodmoon on their winning streak of one Clash of Fate. So I guess it's not really a streak, but it is win. So LOL Sun burst through everything is said for that enemy. Great fight to Omen. Your Omen was wicked good. Very strong player. LOL Sun, amazing player to always watch. So good fight to both of you guys. For the next fight, we have LOL Sun going up against a Lich player. LOL Sun has the Topaz hero killing. The other guy has a... Let's check this out. They have a pretty good damage Onyx dragon. When we look at the stats, LOL Sun won in Stamina and Might. The enemy won in Magic and Command. So let's go check out this fight. LOL Sun again, bottom side is going to be really strong for him as far as the burst damage. He starts off with the Denji, enemy starts off with the Black Hole. They're trying to control all the archers from LOL Sun, but he's blasting off in this bottom area. The Rockin' Archers, guys, so strong, especially when they start hitting the back line. LOL Sun also jumped in with his Rufio. He spins the Rufio up towards the top to take out the dragon. Amazing job. He collapses on the bottom. He takes out the top, and now it's just a matter of cleaning up those pesky Belrogs and other giant heroes. So LOL Sun, as always, amazing fights, man. Great job. 7 symbol person or 6 symbol person. Good job to you two. You are a contender and you did a fantastic job. Next, we have Slaneth Mark. Slaneth Mark is going up against a Rockin' player. So he is actually going with some pretty beefy mechs. He's going up against Rockin' Monks. So Monks should have the clear-cut advantage. Mark has a really good... super good Onyx Dragon, and he has both Destruction and Affliction maxed out. That's massive. The guy he's going up against has a pretty good Dragon as well. This isn't necessarily like a pure damage one. This is all centered around the troops because he's got the maxed out Affliction and all 4 purples. Pretty cool stuff. When we look at the damage dealt by everything, Mark's Dragon, the Dwarf players, went ham, did a bunch of damage. The enemy, so the Rockin' player won in Might, Magic, and Stamina. That's quite a bit. So let's see how these monks do going up against the mechs. In theory, the monks should be able to get a giant boost, but it looks like they were able to do a decent amount of damage at the beginning. But I think Mark started off with the temporary repair. Top section, he's actually doing pretty good going up against the monks. Those blast off things or the ails from the archers. Definitely shredding up the back line. Bottom side, he's doing completely fine. So the Rockin' player is in trouble on the bottom side. Top side, the Rockin' player is starting to burst through. They're starting to get a little bit deeper. There's another pack of mechs that's going to hold them off. But they kind of ran out. So the monks all ran away, and now it's just it's all over. They have nothing left as far as troops. Their heroes alone aren't going to be enough to go up against Slaneth Mark's his heroes plus all those mechs. Those mechs are some tanky stuff. There is Bazarus down there. Bazarus able to do a bunch of damage. And then they put out the Bat Splits. So the Bat Splits should just finish clearing off a bunch of the other troops. It looks like Belrog is going to be a little bit annoying in this bottom area. But there's Mako hitting him, so eventually he will go down. Top side, Ophidius drops another Snake. Nora is about to drop as well. And in the bottom side, it's just a matter of time for the Belrog to actually die. Belrog is a super pesky hero, but he will go down, especially if he's the only one, unless it's Taints, then it just never dies. So Mark, great job. 6 symbol person, amazing job, man. Alright guys, we got a epic fight here. We got Mark going up against 3 symbol person. This is some mech on mech action. So we already saw Mark's Dragon. The other Dwarf player has it looks like a really good Emerald Dragon. He's missing the Predation at the end, so that's kind of a big deal. When it comes to stats, it looks like Mark won in 50% for the Stamina, or he should get 7.5. 7.5% boost in Stamina, definitely won in Command. However, the enemy Dwarf player won in both Magic and Might. When it comes to the damage, the enemy's Nora went huge. However, Mark's Onyx Dragon was like everything in this fight. So let's go check this out. Notice that Mark is using the blasters. The blasters actually do very good going up against the mechs. And we got the Denji starting off in the bottom section. Both Ophidius is dropping out the snakes. Aerial Blast comes out, and that does push everything back. We have the Rufio leaping in from 3 symbol person. Mark is able to really puncture through in this bottom section using both his jacks and the blasters going up against the mechs. Enemy Rufio is still inside of Mark, but Mark is able to put targeting down on the Rufio, and that should be able to take out the Rufio. I believe Mark just did the fire off for the mechs. I might have misread the actual thing, but the Emerald Dragon is putting out a bunch of CC. This is as exciting as it can get for a Dwarf, which means that it's not the most exciting thing. But we have the mechs on mechs. There's something about it. It's just like a wall of like metal going up against a wall of metal, and whichever metal kind of folds and buckles first is the one that's probably going to lose. So far, both players are doing absolutely fantastic. Mark is just blasting right on through. Those blasters really helped. His dragon, of course, just went absolutely huge with all of the damage. That Onyx, you can't really joke around with it too much. It's just huge. The enemy's Emerald Dragon, I don't know how I feel about Emerald Dragons for Dwarf. It seems a little out of place for what they're capable of. I think the Onyx is definitely way better for most things as well. So this one is just going to go, and Mark is going to finish off fighting this player. And I don't think it's going to be a timeout. I think Mark is actually just going to straight up win this. So 3 symbol player, great fight. Mark, amazing, man. Aha, this is the one that I've been waiting for. So we have Sharpcorn going up against that same exact Dwarf player, the 3 symbol person. So Sharpcorn is using an Emerald Dragon. He's got the Aerial Blast. He's got the Primal Will. He's got the Desertion, Call of the Wild, Tranquility, Rebirth, Hero Pred. Pretty cool dragon all around, and he has a decent Dragonic. When it comes to the stats, it looks like Sharpcorn was able to win in both Stamina and Command. Enemy won in Magic and Might. Cool stuff all around. So let's go jump in. This is some Emerald Dragons on Emerald Dragons. But we have Rockin', and Sharpcorn is going with the swords. So in the bottom section, this is probably going to be the highlight of everything. We have Denji, we have Rufio. So the enemy Rufio jumped in going up against Sharpcorn's Rockin' backline. And it looks like Sharpcorn's doing okay. The Call of the Wild really helped out there. And we also have the enemy Denji down in this bottom section. Another Rufio jumping in. A lot of Rufio action in this bottom side. Both Jaxes are down there. Both Dragons in the middle. Top sides are both stalling out for each other. We have the Bat Splits. Enemy Rufio is kind of spinning around in Sharpcorn's backline, causing him all sorts of troubles. However, Sharpcorn is still looking like he's doing perfectly fine. Enemy has a bunch of damage coming out and still has Jax and Denji up in this bottom section, but Sharpcorn seems to be holding on with his heroes. Tranquility's coming out. So Sharpcorn actually takes down the enemy dragon. He starts getting a moral boost. This is where Rockin' starts to really shine. They get the moral boost, and it looks like packs of mechs are starting to drop down, and Sharpcorn is able to start overwhelming the enemy. The Rockin' Samurais are starting to overwhelm the mechs and encircling them. The enemy still has their jacks up, but it's not enough. The mechs are definitely slowing down the Rockin' swords, but again, there are so many Rockin' swords still out there, and Sharpcorn still has his dragon up, which is just going to make killing those samurai that much harder. Moral boost on the bottom side, there is still the enemy Denji up. Enemy Denji is like running around all wild-like. And Sharpcorn puts out the emoji. You put out the emoji, you get the win. There's the targeting down on the enemy Denji. Sharpcorn is encircling in now. Top side, it looks like I don't know if that's Gafgar. I think it was Gafgar. He finally drops down. And Sharpcorn gets the win going up against 3 simple persons. Sharpcorn, amazing job. Looking forward to seeing more stuff coming from Sharpcorn soon. Next, we have Kurdistan. So Kurd doesn't know that we're actually doing this. I took this one and I sent it I actually sent it to Toby so I could save it. So Kurd has a Onyx Dragon. He has a pretty decent Onyx Dragon. He is missing the Predation, but I mean, he's all maxed out for the ending Dragonics. He's going up against Omen. So we saw Omen earlier without his Dragon going up against the player. Omen is a very, very strong player, 4.7 million K core or whatever it is. So I think one of the big differences is Omen has a hero predation or a predation for his dragon, and Kurdistan has all 3 last talents for the Dragonic max out. As we can see, Kurdistan's dragon just went absolutely huge. Kurd won in Stamina and Command. Enemy's Bazrax went off. So let's go check this fight out. It is some powerful Lich going up against a powerful human. So Kurd has a topside power side. He runs up. He's got to get down as much damage as he can. We have the Denji spinning off. Black Hole's really doing well in tying up the enemy warlocks in this top section. So the Omen jumped in with his Rufio nice and deep going in on Kurd's archers, really trying to put down the hurt on those archers. Kurd's dragon is just punching a hole in that top section going up against all of those skeletons. I wonder how this would do if Omen used scorpions instead. Anyways, he is not. So Kurd is doing a bunch of damage up there. He drops down the Duracius lanterns. I'm assuming that's partially to buff his troops. I missed the actual placement. There's so much going on. Kurd finally does a resurrection, and his dragon is now deep in on those warlocks. Dragon on the warlocks, it is all over. Warlocks can take out dragons for sure, but if the dragon makes it onto the enemy warlocks, it's all over for them. So Kurd ends up wiping out this top side. On this bottom side, Omen's actually doing really good. However, Kurd has fully wiped out the top side, and he is just coming down now. And we get the Mako Blast, and now Kurd's Dragon's in the back line for everything that's left over for Omen. So Omen, great fight, man. You are a contender. And Kurdistan, amazing job, man. And for the last fight of the day, we have Omen going up against Toby. So Toby, he's got the perfect Emerald Dragon, in my humble opinion. It's just geared perfectly. He's got all three maxed out. We just saw Omen and what Omen was able to do. Omen's Dragon actually did a bunch of damage, but Toby also won in Might, Stamina, and Command. That's a significant stat advantage right there, winning in all three of those. In this bottom side, we have Toby's power side. He's going up. He starts off with the Denji right in that bottom section, trying to pick off as much of the skeletons that he can down there. He's got the Jax. He leaps in with his Rufio. So his Rufio is mad deep on the enemy. His Rufio actually took a ton of damage. I thought Toby's Rufio was going to drop, but then he did the spin in the background. Now he spins around again. Toby's Toby's Rufio. If you ever played Diablo 2 and you tried to PvP on a barbarian, and you tried to do like a whirlwind barbarian in PvP, the best way to do that in Diablo 2 was to do little triangles with the whirlwind so you can get as many hits as possible. That's literally what it looked like watching Toby's Rufio. So the commenting for this fight is absolutely horrible, but we all learned something about Diablo 2. So if you ever have to play Diablo 2 again, perhaps after a ladder reset, then you know how now to PvP with the Barbarian. Frenzy build for Barbarian tends to do better in PvP, but if you want the Whirlwind, because it's a very classical, nostalgic feeling, make sure you do little triangles with Whirlwind for PvP. You'll take out those Hammerdins, assuming you don't get hit by a hammer. Anyways, Toby, amazing fight going up against Omen. Bloodmoon overall did absolutely amazing. So all of Bloodmoon, great job, guys. Great fights. Thanks for sending the replays. If you guys are tuning into this channel, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment sections below which of these fights was your favorite to watch. Which nation are you cheering for the most? We got hashtag Mark Nation, we got Super Bob Nation, we got Toby Nation, Kurd Nation, we have Sharpcorn Nation. We have so many different nations. Make sure you cheer for them in the comment section below. As always, there are some cool things in the description of this video. We have the merch store where you can go get some really cool swagger, like this phone case or a coffee mug if you want, or a sweatshirt, t-shirt, literally you name it, it's there except for hats. I gotta find a place to do hats because I need one. Also, we have the OGC community Discord where you can go get a bunch of cool information, chat with me, chat with everybody from Bloodmoon. They are all on the Discord, so if you guys want to further get to know the people featured in this video, go check out the Discord. And we also have Patreon, so thank you to all the Patreons out there, both past and present. Because of you guys, we can make these videos, so thank you guys so much for being there and supporting this channel, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.